Cassie, I'm tired for you, man. I mean, it's mathematically, this isn't possible. Life comes in balances, right? You got good that goes along with bad. So you have 3 weeks of bad and then you get 3 weeks of good. This too shall pass, right? For Cassie, it is not passing.
No, it's been years. Like in the last 3 years, I've lost my grandmother, both my dogs. 5 trees fell on the house. One fell through the roof. So we've been displaced from our house for over a year now. Insurance isn't paying, so we're living in an RV in our driveway. My mother just passed a couple weeks ago from a long fight with breast cancer, and
you're not even including like all of the injuries that Chad has gone through. Gone through. That it's just been one stressful mess for years.
It's happened. But recently, last week, we were on vacation and we went to the Northeast and it was lovely. Like it was, a couple weird things happened. But honestly, I would put that in line with normal weird things that happen to anybody. Can happen at any time. And it was nice and it was lovely. And we were driving home on Sunday because we drove to Maine because we're a family of 4 and plane tickets in this economy, not happening. Right. So we took a road trip and we're driving back. And on Sunday, we officially entered the South, right? We spent Saturday driving through the Northeast. Now we're in the South. So keep that in mind. We're entering the South. We pull over to charge. We're in an electric vehicle, so we have to charge pretty frequently. And as soon as I get out the car, downpour. Absolute downpour. I'm soaked. It's like in a shower. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It's the weather. I can dry off. So then we keep driving and we enter North Carolina. And I hear the Amber Alert sound on my phone. That is so loud. You can't unhear it. I always check those. I know they're annoying, but I know if that were my kid, I would want another mom to check. And we're driving on the road, so check it immediately. Was not an Amber Alert. There's an active tornado in the area. Take shelter now.
As soon as you get into North Carolina.
Yeah, you must take shelter absolutely immediately. We're looking around. We're in rural North Carolina. I'm like, well, there's a bar, but it's like in a trailer. Like there's nowhere that's safe. And you can't go under underpasses and tornadoes. I don't know if y'all know that. It's actually worse if you go under an underpass. So I've got my head on a swivel looking for this tornado while trying to pull up Weather Channel radar maps, which by the way, can y'all just put when there's a tornado where it is? The amount of time I had to spend trying to Google where this dang tornado had been spotted. But all I see on the map is we're in the red danger zone that's been outlined. My daughter in the back seat, poor thing, is like, are we going to get blown away? And I'm like, no, baby, you're safe. Well, I'm turning to Chad. I'm like, where's this damn tornado? We have to get out of here. So we're booking it, trying to get out, trying to look for this tornado or trying to look for somewhere to go shelter in place. And finally, we see some houses made of brick. And I'm like, all right, worst comes to worst, I'm going to go pound on these doors and be like, please let us in. All of a sudden, we see all these police cars up ahead, and they've closed the road to the interstate because we figured, okay, we get on the interstate, the way we're going is going to take us directly away from the tornado. Let's just do that. So we're like, screw it, pull around, turn around, U-turn. We're going to go a different way. Waze redirects us, and we're like, good, we're getting out of here. Again, backed up. The road's flooded, flash flooding. We can't get through. And this happened twice. 2 different roads are impassable, and the other one was blocked off by cops. I'm like, okay. Finally, we get out of there, of course, right as the tornado watch or whatever it is ended, the tornado's gone. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's good luck. We've made it through. Never mind that we drove through an active tornado zone to get out of here. So we keep driving. And then all of a sudden, my son goes, I don't feel good. And we're like, what's wrong? And he's like, I'm going to throw up. And we're like, what? And so we rush into a gas station. We find one. He vomits all over himself, all over my husband, and all over the gas station bathroom floor. All right, no problem. We do a quick change. And I feel like I need to also set the stage. When you have kids, they don't always tell you when they have to go potty. They'll lie. And so at our actual charging stops, because we have an electric vehicle, we have to charge every few hours. It adds a couple hours to any journey. And that's something we signed up for. That's fine. But then kids who lie about having to go potty.
You didn't sign up for that.
No, because you try and make them go and then they start screaming in the middle of a gas station. And I'm like, people are going to think I'm kidnapping. So I'm just kind of like, okay, well, you don't have to go. I believe you. And then 30 minutes later, they have to go. So,
and again, we're establishing everything was great once you were in the Northeast.
Perfect.
But as soon as you get to the South, now you've got this series of mishaps.
Perfect. So I'm just doing this to show you that our trip is getting longer and longer, delayed and delayed. So at this point, we're driving through the night And my son wakes up from sleeping. He's feeling better. We gave him a little bit of bread and water. And he's like, I don't feel good. We're like, are you going to throw up? He's like, yes. And I'm like, pull over. It's like midnight. We find a 24-hour Whataburger and pull into the parking lot. And he vomits all over himself in the car seat.
Oh, my God.
We don't have napkins. We just have those flimsy, like, restroom, like, paper towels. We're trying to clean it off. We're running in and out of this Whataburger, and I know the employees are like, what is going on? I'm like trying to strip him down. Like, I don't want to carry him into a restaurant. So we're literally like, there's like a big access road or whatever, and I'm stripping him down to his underwear to change him on this like swath of grass outside of a Whataburger at 12 p.m. in like South Carolina. He feels better. So we get it all taken care of. We're like, okay, let's hit the road again. So we keep going. And because the trip is so delayed, we pull into our driveway about 3 a.m.
Oh, geez.
And I've got to be here at like 6 a.m., right? Is when the show starts. No big. It happens. I'll subside on a couple hours of sleep. Done it before. So we notice when we pull into our driveway, like we're walking to the RV, it's very dark. The ground's wet. And we're like, okay, well, I've heard it's been raining like crazy in Atlanta, like every night, torrential rain. Whatever, it's probably left over. I feel it again the next morning, and it's kind of slippery, which is weird, but I'm like, it must have washed some mud from the yard onto the driveway. Chad gets up in the morning, and there's all this water under our RV and flooding our driveway, and like a river, not a river, but like a little stream running through the grass, and like it's moving water is what I'm trying to get at. It's not stagnant. And it's been there so long that algae blooms have formed on the driveway in the water, which is what I was slipping on.
And how long have you guys been gone?
A month. But so the last time the
So
house...
is this like when you're in like a river and you're over rocks and you're slipping
Yes.
because, okay.
Yes, exactly like that. And we haven't been in the house. The last time we were in there was when a contractor from the insurance company was in there just looking at everything. So when we left the house, everything was great. I mean, it was still under construction, but you know what I mean? As great as it could be. Chad goes inside, and we can't figure out where it is, but somehow a leak has sprung and the house is flooded. Our ceilings are caving in. And at this point, he and his dad, who builds like these billionaire houses up in upstate New York, so he knows they think the house is a total loss. So we've lost the house now after being out of it for over a year because of the trees falling through it. Now it's just flooded. There is mold everywhere because of the flooding. We think that the working theory is because the roof, even though everything was like professionally sealed up, that the storms were maybe so bad, like something got in there or a pipe burst or a water main burst. We're trying to figure it out because the front yard is flooding too, but we're on a hill. So that's very weird that the front yard would be flooded as well. So there's that much water and we have no idea how long.
There's nothing weird in your world. It makes perfect sense.
Well, it's weird.
Flood up.
But it's weird to come back to your house and it's flooded, and so it's everything is gone. We can't take anything else out of there. The ceilings are caved in. We can't go in. There's standing water, and so
What are you guys
going to
do?
24 hours. I don't know, because we were really on track to be at least back in the house by my birthday. Like we had just started ripping down walls and moving forward, and now.
And it's not like the insurance companies really had your back in this whole thing, which is another.
They haven't, and we've had to fight it. And so now we don't know. We contacted the lawyer. They're checking it out. But at this point, we're like, can you write off a house as a loss? Does that happen? So we're waiting next steps from the lawyer. But
If you were the stock market, I would invest in you. Because you're at the low right now, and at some point or another,
She's so cheap.
You're so cheap.
guess what?
That at some point or another, this is going to turn around.
Chad and I were like, you know what? It is what it is. Maybe this is bad stuff being cleared out of the way for a good next chapter. I go to bed thinking of that. I lie down in my bed, go to sleep, turn the lights off, I relax, and I hear, rabbit. And I'm like, no. Rabbit, rabbit, like right in my ear. Frogs have made a home under the trailer because they think it's a pond, and the walls are so thin I can hear them as if they're next to me. I made Chad search the whole room for frogs, and it was just like the final, like, we're living in a simulation. Congratulations, developers, you got me. Good job.
It's got to turn at some point.
The Bert Show.